to Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show and the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex the Cargirl Rogio, Hot Rod Bob Beck, plus Darr Hawthorne and Donnie Couch.
Broadcasting live from the West Coast Funny Car Factory studios on Picture This, the West Coast. It's Darr Hawthorne and Donnie Couch with the Nitro Report. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Darr Hawthorne.
And Donnie Couch.
And Donnie Couch.
Hey, I'm over here, man. Is it time to do the show again, Darr?
It's already,
Seems
man.
like it was just yesterday we did
it was about
right?
5-6 weeks
was
ago.
it?
But we both got a lot of rest and we're ready for it now.
A lot of rest. And, hey, great show, though. GMO from Kalitta Motorsports calling in. And we got J.R. Todd, who got him on vacation. He's down there in the Bahamas, right?
Yeah, his
Scott,
PR, of course, his PR people said, you can't
Yeah,
get
well, they
it.
couldn't get a hold of him, but guess who could, folks, right? I got Bobby Cottrell in studio, buddy. This guy, he knows how to bring some hardware home, buddy. He's the future of the sport, and we're going to be talking to him later. And also Scott New from Boise, right?
Yeah, Scott New from the Boise
Igniter race coming up this weekend,
and then we also have Scott Gardner, president of the International Hot Rod Association.
Pretty impressive show, right? The president, right? We got a nice little interview with Chip Foose, and we're gonna have our old buddy Jeff Arend on the show. We taped a deal with him. He drove John Cox's Cheetah Top Fuel dragster. That guy can drive anything, Darr.
Pretty amazing. He's a very good driver and a SoCal guy.
Yeah, I mean, recently he's been driving Pluger's car, or rolling barbecue, whatever you want to call it.
They're actually qualifying a whole lot better than they used to, and let's give them some credit.
Well, they've had some trouble, and I don't know. I think I saw Jeff Arend at John Ewald's funeral. Rest in peace, my friend. John Ewald did a lot for the sport and spectators, and did a lot.
He's probably one of those guys that was very instrumental. You know, the whole Cackle Fest phenomenon could have fallen flat on its ass, but people like John, really stepped up with 2-3 cars and would take them out to just about any car show, any gathering on city streets, and really show the way that it used to be in our sport.
Darr, we did a couple interviews with him at Moon Eyes.
Yep.
He's always had the dragster there and putting people in it. Of course, I sat in it that day.
Yeah, it took 6 of us to get you out.
Thank you, Darr.
But in the meantime, you raced Alex the Cargo Rogio and Peter.
Yeah, I'm still the defending Media Challenge champion, folks.
They retired that whole championship after you took everything.
Come on, what are they going to do?
I know. Right? Are they going to get some of those guys, those turbo guys?
Right?
Come on.
Those magazine guys, they all went out of business. They got laid off. They're down the road. They don't even have jobs no more. But here we are on Speed Scene Live, buddy. Yeah. Right? Oh man, we're gonna get in trouble tonight, Darr. I could feel it already.
We're
gonna get all the haters are gonna be on Facebook and
let them.
Facebook.
All I know is I got to drive halfway to Paso Robles tonight, and right after the show.
Well, if you're meeting up with those guys in Paso Robles, I wouldn't drive halfway up there.
Well, I'm going to leave.
I would go the whole way.
I'm leaving early tomorrow morning. I'll get up there and drop my truck in the hangar, and then we'll head up to Boise for the Igniter. And right now, 10 funny cars up there, and probably 8-9 of the best ones on the West Coast. So, from Crable and Oberhofer.
Yeah.
Overholser. Can't even maze.
There's only
his right name.
There's only a handful of tracks, Darr, that we really enjoy talking about and going to. Boise, the new family, always treat the racers good, always treat the fans good, always have a great show going on there.
Famosa.
Of course, right? That family up there, right?
Yeah.
One of our favorites.
Yeah, the Bowsers put on, some of the best shows that we got around town, and then, we'll have the Saturday Night Nitro shows coming up, one in June, and that's one of the most fun shows that we can do.
And then we got Scott Gardner on, president of IHRA. Those guys are putting on a show, treating the racers. All I hear is good stuff about them. There's got to be some dirt on them. Anybody have any dirt on IHRA? Call me. All I hear is good stuff. I don't know, Darr. It sounds too good to be true.
Well,
maybe they'll fly us to Cordova this year. Right?
For the World
Remember
Series,
last year we called in when they had a little rain or some oil or something on the track, and remember?
Yeah, I would.
We were on their
love to go to the World
broadcast.
Series back there.
Of course, Sanders was in the tower. We called Sanders, harassed
That's
him.
right.
He put us in with the announcers up there. But, we're just saying Darr and I could have some good coverage there for you.
Well, and you got
Maybe
you got
do
people,
some announcing.
You got people in IHRA that you may not see out here on the West Coast, like Mike McIntyre Jr., who is leading the points with his 70.5 Camaro funny car.
That's a
Kicking
good-looking
ass.
car.
Great-looking car.
Good-looking
and just
car.
running so well. And of course Jason Rupert, who I believe is number 2 in points right now, and then Tim Boychuk with the whatever that car is called now, the blue Firebird.
Isn't the Canadian?
The Canadian.
It was the Hawaiian.
There was the Hawaiian. We'll see what it shows up in Cordova looking like since Roland's.
I thought you said we'll see what shows up in court.
No. I don't think it's going that far.
Saying. Well, so people know what we're talking about. Roland Leong's no longer with that team. They parted ways. We're trying to figure out where that Hawaiian name's going to go with Roland, or is it going to stay in the car for Boychuk? I don't know. What's going to happen? Darr, tell us. You had lunch with Roland last week.
I had lunch with Roland last week and the week
and
before.
I was with Bobby Cottrell.
Yeah. In fact,
when you were bragging about eating
Bruce,
lunch.
if you can go to that file I gave you that says Hodgson funny car.
Indeed.
I want to point out a new body that's in the works that was done by
Camaro, Victory.
Done by Victory Race Cars. This is the Buck.
What year is that?
It's a 68.
Is that legal?
According to Mr. Hodgson, it has passed legal in the National Hot Rod Association.
Well, he's got some money to make it
and
pass.
the other photo is a little. This is the Buck still.
That looks like a modern funny car. What's going on?
And
there?
it is at RC Fabrication down in Phoenix right now. Rick is making a carbon fiber body, and if you would like one of these, contact either Rick at RC or Ron Hodgson, because it's a beautiful car.
I got to admit, I would have called it, because of the wind split, the fender crease behind the front wheel and the back wheel, I would have called it a 69.
Well, it may be a 69. I think it started out a 68. I just,
It's one smooth-looking car, though.
But it's a beauty. And in carbon fiber, it's going to be, plenty light. Anyway, just if anybody's interested in one of these, it's different, and it's a Camaro. And if you're building a new nostalgia funny car, whether you're on alcohol or nitro, this might be a good way to go.
Good looking body there,
Nice
Darr.
one.
Of course, Ron Hodgson had the bubble up cars and Troy Lee car.
Yeah.
The guy's been racing all his life. Pretty strong out of Edmonton, Alberta. I actually raced with him with the Good Wrench Dragster, and it's just a great team up there. And great guys, and they spend a lot of time down there in Phoenix. Snowbirds.
Ron's son is going to drive that car when they're done with it.
Yeah, I know he drove 7.0 Pro or something. He drove the old Romanozzi car,
Yep.
the Firebird.
That's right.
So it looked good, and he did good. Of course, he used to run sprint cars too, so the kid's pretty talented. And be nice for Ron to race with his son. He's raced with a lot of other people, gave him a lot of other people great opportunities. So it's good to see him with the family, doing it with his son. Hey, where's Jim O? Was he calling in, or do we have to call in?
No, he was supposed to call in.
Right?
You know how that goes.
Then
maybe, you know what?
Let's call JR.
Let's just call him right now.
Come on, he's in the Bahamas, throwing out names.
We could do a never before done on Speed Scene Live and dial him live on the air.
Let's do it.
Come on.
Let's just do it.
That is the best way to get a hold of anybody.
Okay, here we go.
If we hear him zip
I
up
hope
his
it turns
pants,
out
we'll know.
I only have 2 margaritas in me before the show because Bobby Cottrell, he couldn't handle any more than that. He starts slurring his words over there at the bar.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Supposedly we've dialed. Oh, well, it's ringing. It's ringing. All right, there's one ring.
Let's see. If he doesn't answer, it's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
He's down there on vacation, folks.
I want to talk to you.
J.R. Todd. Donnie Couch, Darr Hawthorne. here on Speed Scene Live, buddy. Welcome to the show. We know you're on vacation. We appreciate you taking time out. We had to call you. I can't say you called in because you didn't want to spend your dime, but hey.
Well, yeah, I'm cheap, man. If I had your kind of money, Couch, I have no problem calling you anytime.
Come on, you're driving for Kalitta, man. I know the bankroll you're bringing in over there. And you're in the Bahamas. Who are you down there in the Bahamas with? I mean, you're mentioning some names. It's like the who's who of, NASCAR and USAC.
Yeah, man. Kyle Larson, he hit me up, a month or so ago, asked me if I want to go on this trip. So it's him and his girlfriend, their baby, Chris Wyndham, USAC standout, Brady Bacon, his wife, and their baby, and Brad Sweet, his parents are here babysitting. So yeah, it's a fun time here. Felix Sabassi's co-owners and Larson's team, and we're on his yacht down here in the Bahamas having a good time.
Pretty nice. Hey, so what are you doing? Who'd you take down there? Did they bring you to be the babysitter?
Yeah, I'm a part-time babysitter.
Part-time babysitter?
I'm also down here scoping out the locals, Donnie.
Yeah, get some pictures and stuff, and then get it all set up for me for when I come down there. Hey, JR.
Yeah, I thought I saw your yacht down there.
Well, no. It's in Newport right now. I'm getting it painted. I'm putting your new sponsor logo on it. Do you want to tell us about that? You got a little sponsor thing going on here?
A little contest you got going on for Mad Creative Concepts?
Yeah, the Mad Creative deal, it's kind of a cool deal, getting the fans involved with, voting on our crew shirts, what we're going to wear for the Joliet race. Both crew shirts look good to me, so whatever the fans decide on, I'll be happy to represent them. I saw a design of what the car is going to look like, and I think that's going to blow some people away. But it's cool to have a company like that getting to showcase them. Wraps these days, that's the big rave for what we do. Changing up the look throughout the year. Painting those cars, that'd be way too expensive, and the wraps are just as good, and they're lighter weight. And Mad Creative, they've been with Kalitta's for a while, and they look good. They do a great job.
Hey, tell us what Mad Creative does.
The wraps, right?
All our vinyl signage. They take care of that. Our hero cards, just pretty much all our design work there at Team Kalitta. Mad Creative, they're behind it, and like I said, you can't tell if that thing's painted or vinyl lettering. So that just shows the detail that goes into the type of work that those guys do.
Hey, JR, what like that red line? That was a great paint scheme. Was that a wrap?
Yeah, that was definitely a wrap, man. We've been getting a lot of comments on that car all year long, and that's a great looking design. Cameron Evans and those guys at Redline, they're on top of their game, and they're extremely proud of that design, and I think it's a great-looking car. We're going to run that probably a dozen times or so, maybe even more this year. But I think we're going to run at least 2 or 3 different schemes this year with different signage on the car, so I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, well, JR, we'll talk about how you assess your year so far, but last year, man, you came on strong and finished up second after, you weren't even signed up with Kalitta till Vegas and stuff, and really came on strong there. How are you assessing your year so far?
After the way we finished the season, it's like, to me, it seems like we've had a kind of a slow start this year, but the first 3 races, to me, those were, I would say, throwaway races for us. We just had clutch system problems, and they bit us those first 3 events. So we tested up the Gainesville race on Monday, put all the Jimmo's clutch management system on our car, and the car went right down the track like it should. So I think we got the performance back. It's just a matter of working our consistency, and the thing's been qualifying like a rape date. So as long as we can keep that up and start working on our deal on Sunday, I think we'll be in good shape. And we're only 6 races in, so we got plenty of time to work on that. And we just need to get going on race day, go some rounds, and it'd be nice to click off a 1 or 2 and get up there with Dougie and Jimmo and those guys, and stay in that top half of the top 5 of the field.
Well, it was nice to see Dougie win that race, the last one, and I know you guys all celebrate as one team over there, and sorry I missed that little party.
Hey, JR, is the difference this year just really in clutch management, or is there something else that's that's gone down that's changed your performance?
No, when I say clutch management, I mean a lot of people have been asking me that question. It's not that we change anything; it's just the actual management system that controls the clutch. Like we had just gremlins throughout the off season that worked their way in there. Like we didn't change anything. It's just a matter of those parts not working like they should. I mean, the six disc and all that. Like we're right on track to where we should be at that stuff. It's just little gremlins that shouldn't happen happened. So we changed those parts. Like I said, we put Jim O's on the same parts that we had on there before, but that were his. And it proved, hey, this is, we're right back on track to where we should be. So we got everything worked out. And actually now that we got, our car set up more like Jim O and Dougie's car, to where we can plug one tune-up into the other car and it should go out and run just like that one did, to where, we made a good run in Houston, Q4, I think it was, a low 380 run. And Jim O came over right before the final and grabbed the notes from that run and plugged them right into Dougie's car, and they went out and ran the pretty much the same thing in the final round and then turned on the wind light. So that, to me, is what a two-car dragster team's all about, is being able to share those notes and do whatever it takes to bring home those wallies.
Well, I think you're real fortunate, JR, to be on that team because you guys have a lot of fun over there. You guys all get along. I've been with that team a few times. We've had a good time or two. But are you sure, like they sent you on vacation, you sure they don't have another driver in that car and they're testing somewhere this weekend? Are you? Because I heard that car was at a track. No? And be nice because Donnie, Jim O is on the phone.
If that's the case, Donnie, then I'll probably just go ahead and miss my flight on Thursday and just hang out here.
Stay down there. Hey, don't worry. I got a junior dragster sitting in the garage, and I know you did good in that, and that's where you started. We'll put you right back in that, buddy. I seen you at the 4-wide last year, Yeah,
I need to shoehorn a fit in that thing. I didn't realize how much how fat I've gotten since I raced a junior dragster. But no, you're right. I am definitely fortunate to drive for the Kalitta gang. I mean, they're more than a team. With those 4 cars over there, they got 3 great drivers over there. The best team personnel that you could ask for, the best boss in motorsports, like Jim O said, and it's more of a family than it is a team. Everybody works together, and at the end of the day, we just want to see every car go out there and win. I mean, we do whatever it takes to make sure that they win, and I mean that's the way it needs to be. And I have no doubt in my mind that all 4 cars at the end of the year, they're going to be battling for a championship.
Well, you're fortunate to be on that team, and they're fortunate to have you. You bring a lot to that team, JR. Hey, we got Jim O, your boss, on the other line, so we're going to get to him. So thanks for being on the show. We know you're on vacation. We wish you luck in the rest of the season, and we'll hook up with you down the road and maybe show up at a race and maybe bring Chip Foos so we go to dinner. Because we have a good dinner together.
Yeah,
right?
we've had some good dinners in the past so far. We miss seeing you out there, Couch. So yeah, we need to hook up soon.
All right, JR. Will you tell hello to Casey and all the gang down there, and have a great time, and we'll see you soon, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, hey, JR Todd, man, one of the great top fuel pilots, finishing second last year in the NHRA Tour. And hey, I got to give a shout out. My sister Donna is calling in from Spirit Lake, Iowa. It's her first time watching Speed Scene Line. Donna, are you on the phone?
Yes, I am, and so are all the girls at the Spirit Lake Hospital.
Oh, there you go. You're all watching Speed Scene Live?
Yes, we are. We're watching.
Are they all saying how handsome your brother is? Right? Don't give my phone number out to them. Wait, what do they look like? Send me some photos of them.
We're looking at all you guys.
Well, thanks for calling on the show, Donna. We miss you. Okay? Keep watching the show and send me some pictures of those nurses.
I will. Thank you. Have a great show.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I love my sister back there in Spirit Lake, Iowa, and she loves to ice fish and has a good time. We miss her. We love her. But look at, speaking of back east from Michigan there, Ypsilanti, Jim Oberhofer, welcome to Speed Scene Live, buddy.
Hey, Donnie, how you doing, man?
Well, pretty good. We just had your driver, J.R. Todd, on there. They said you can't get a hold of him. He's on vacation. I don't know who your new PR guy is, but he doesn't know Donnie Couch, does he?
It seems like them drivers are always on vacation all the time, aren't they?
Right? Well, they're like spark plugs, too. You screw them in, you burn them out. Right?
Well, probably some drivers are that way.
Exactly. Exactly. What's going on there, buddy? You guys, great win with Doug Kalitta and your team there, but I know you manage all the teams, but that one's personal there.
Yeah, no, that was a great weekend for us at Houston, and winning at Houston was cool for me. Back in 1989, I was with Scott Gardner when he won his first NHRA national event, and was at Houston Raceway Park, and so that place has always kind of been special to me. That was the first win that I was part of, for a national event, an NHRA national event. And, it's cool. Anytime you win an NHRA national event, it's a cool deal, and it's exciting. And, we all act like idiots for the most part at Kalitta Motorsports with our mosh pit, and we get crazy. Because
I thought you meant when we were at dinner, not in the mosh pit.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
right?
true. But, yeah, you never know. It could be your last win. And, you want to cherish that moment and make the most out of it. We're a pretty excitable bunch over there at Kalitta's, and we like to show everybody how excited we are when we win one of those lollies. Well,
it makes for good TV because some of those TV packages, not too exciting. You guys make it exciting, and to beat that other car over there, Alan Johnson, that's a pretty big feat to ask for.
Well, is Alan Johnson, he back with that car? I thought that was Mike Green.
Oh, that's right.
Mike does a great job with that car. I mean, he definitely, with Alan Johnson when he left that Army team, Alan, he's the man. I mean,
I know you guys have worked with him a little bit, and he's helped the Kalitta team out, and you run all his parts, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy, and he's done a great job ever since he started Top Fuel Racing. I mean, the guy's been very dominant. For Mike Green to try to, I guess what would you say, fill those shoes? I mean, that's a tough task, and he's done a very good job with that car. Mike's a good guy too.
Yeah, Mike is, and Jim, usually you got the notebook, and the notebook only lasts so long, right? Because the parts change and everything. So you think his time would have ran out, but Mike Green has stepped it up each time and kept pace and been in the forefront quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. He's done a great job. I mean, the whole DSR team over there is very strong. And, and then, of course, you've got Alan out there with his car, and he's always very strong. And, Lucas cars and Vandergrift's cars and, and our cars, I mean, and Grubby's doing a great job with Clay Milliken's car. And then, you have Brittany Force as well.
Tough
with all
field.
of JFR's resources. So, I mean, there's so many good Top Fuel cars out there that can just step up at any time. I mean, hell, Pat Dakin at the 4-wide ran 371. And it's just like,
I saw that. Where'd that come from? Right?
Yeah.
We're looking at the mosh pit right now after that win. And are you in the middle of that, or did you go running the other way?
No, I hung out.
You did?
Yeah, I hung out. I stood there, and I got hit by my brother. I got hit by Nikki, my kid, and Tommy D, and a few other people. So it was good. I stood there. I wasn't going to run this time.
Yeah, we see some of those people dodging everything, but
once I'm too old, I'll fall down.
Right.
Hurt myself.
I know.
Hey, Jim, on a personal note, how's Connie doing these days?
What was that again?
How's Connie doing these days?
Connie's doing good. He'll be in Atlanta this weekend. He's been doing pretty good. He's just been having some knee problems with one of his left knee's been bothering him quite a bit. So his mobility hasn't been very good, but he's been doing good. He was in the shop this week, and He went on vacation last week to the Cayman Islands, and so he's been getting back out there. He's really missed at the racetrack. I know, for myself, when he's not there, it's just not the same. And we enjoy having him there, and he adds so much to our team. I mean, he's that just resource book that you can go to and ask any type of question to him about, something with a tune-up or something. And, he's got such a wealth of knowledge, and he's just such a great guy and a great asset to have, and we miss him. And, I told him, after the Houston race, I said, you will be in Atlanta. I said, I don't care if we have to go steal one of them little shopping carts from Walmart with a seat
Stuff
on
them
it
in it
and put you in it and have you out at the racetrack, cause,
let's get some photos of that.
Yeah, that would be entertaining.
Right? Well, it's always entertaining over there. We have a good time. You guys have had some great success. And how are you assessing this year? I know you guys just won with Doug's car, but how are you assessing the two funny cars and then JR's car so far?
Well, I would say probably out of all of our cars, the car that, and I'm happy with all four cars, but the DHL car has done very, very well this year. And, Dell works from the dedication that he's put in to becoming a better driver than he already is, which is something that's really hard to do, because I consider him, in my opinion, probably the best funny car driver that there is out there. And he's been eating good. He's been staying in shape. I mean, he lost weight. I mean, those guys worked so hard over the winter to put their car on a diet. Dell put himself on a diet, and they've really got a good, consistent race car. And and I feel that car has the ability to run as good as any funny car out there or better. And then with Alexis's car, I mean, Tommy's figured a couple things. He had a couple little gremlins going on for a couple races, but he's starting to get back in the swing of things as well. And that car, I think is going to become a threat here real soon to win races. And probably, I wouldn't surprise me one bit if that car won at Atlanta or, and or Topeka. Tommy, he's such an aggressive tuner with the way he does things, and he kind of fits our style very well of how we like to do things, because we all know Conrad, he's the craziest of us all. and I kind of have been mentored by him, obviously.
So what are you saying about yourself there, huh?
That I'm almost as crazy as him. And
that's why I don't hang around you guys too much, because you're a bad influence on me.
I know. You're such a church mouth, Donnie, I swear.
Know.
But and then Tommy, he has that. And the only one who's kind of like conservative out of everybody, and that's Nicky and Jono on the DHL car. But all the cars have done well, and what I'm most proud of is just the team effort. With Connie not being at a few of the races, everybody stepped up, from all the teams and helped out, just making things easier for everybody involved, and the team effort that we have here is just amazing.
Yeah, well, hey, Jim, I can only say that being around a sport as much as I have been, there's not too many camps where you can go out have a good time anymore. It's all corporate sponsorship and pretty strict, and we have a good time over there. And even your sponsors, Reg Kinney, DHL, he's out there having fun with all of us, and the Mac Tool people, and of course the Patron people. They know how to have a good time. But you have one of the best groups going. We wish you luck the rest of the year. We appreciate you calling into the show, and hopefully we can catch up with you soon. And after your next victory, we'll just have you back on again. How's that?
Man, that sounds good, Donnie. And be nice to see you back out there. Haven't been able to hang out with you.
I know. Well, I'm going to go see our buddy.
Bob.
I'm going to see Cowboy tomorrow and Chip Foos, so I'm sure we'll be talking about you. Maybe we might even call you. But again, thanks for calling in to Speed Scene Live, and we appreciate all your time and effort.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
All right, man. Another great interview, Darr, and once again, want to thank Good Vibrations for making all this happen with our Nitro Report. You can hold up. They got a new catalog coming out,
The new catalog is coming out probably in the next 30 days. And one of the things that Jim Maher wanted to make sure everybody knew is that it will be compatible with every mobile device.
Ooh.
So you can, and it will also be hooked up with QR codes on every page that'll take you to installation information.
Whoa.
So it's...
those guys are doing a great job out there. What I like about them, it's a family-run business. They're worldwide. They're giving back to the sport, man. They're hooked up with IHRA, Auto Club Famosa. They back a lot of the racers. They're giving Saturday it back to the racers. Look at what they got here now. If you can see that, the new crank hub, right? Billet crank hub fits Chevys, Fords, Hemis. Look at that little V groove there, right? You can run a belt off of it. It's keyed 180 degrees apart.
Man, that thing's pretty.
It's internally and externally balanced. Darr, you were looking for one of these not too long ago on the internet. Couldn't find it.
Yeah, and I was seeing them going for $500-600 for original ones from 20 years ago. Now these are new design, all CNC, an absolutely beautiful piece, and you can get them tomorrow at Good Vibrations.
Well, yeah, go on to dragparts.com. Get their catalog. Get a hold of these people. They got, if you can run a supercharger or anything, the safety equipment, they have got it all. I built 4 funny car teams out of that garage. So, Good Vibrations Motorsports. Check them out. Dragparts.com and Darr,
official supplier of the West Coast Funny Car Factory as well.
Exactly.
All right, spot break time. We're going to be back in seconds. Count them.
I'm Jack Russell in Great White, and you're watching Speed Scene Live.
Good Vibrations Motorsports specializes in the parts you need for gas, alcohol, and nitro engines. If you're muscling a funny car or top fueler down the quarter mile, cutting a rooster tail across the lake, or cruising the boulevard, Good Vibrations has the blower and fuel system solutions for your personal ride and race car. If you want to go fast, really fast, then Good Vibrations Motorsports is ready to hear from you at goodvibesracing.com.
$60 years. That's a long time for a company to do any one thing. Doing it right while sticking to your founding values. Now that takes hard work and dedication. For 60 years, Hedman's all-American workforce has been devoted to manufacturing the very best headers any team of craftsmen can build. That's 60 years of cutting, 60 years of bending, 60 years of welding, more than 2 million in all. And every set made right here at home. At Hedman Headers, we build all American horsepower, then back it up for life. Hedman Headers, made in the USA.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com.
We are back.
What?
Yeah, we're back. And surprise, surprise, we've got Scott New on the phone calling in regarding this weekend's Boise 45th Boise Igniter, ready to fire off on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Scott, are you there?
Yeah, all is good here in Boise.
I hear the weather's going to be pretty nice, too.
Yeah, they're calling for a hit-and-miss shower here or there, but I think all in all we've got really favorable conditions after the Igniter has pretty much been in the month of April for I can't say how many years. Moving it to the month of May, we get a 10-degree spike in temperature, and they're saying 68, 72 degrees all weekend. So I think we're looking at some great weather, and can't wait for the Igniter to return.
Well, and you got 10 really strong funny cars there. Crable and in the O'Brien and Austin Northwest Hitter, and Steven Densham, who won the March meet. Tim Boychuk driving Twig Ziegler's car. Roger Garton driving the Warhorse, and Robert Overholser driving the California Hustler, and Richard Townsend driving the Nitroholic. Mark Metters with his brand new Camaro that he debuted at the March meet, and Chris Davis with the Nitro Vega. And Don Hudson is not going to be making it. He's waiting for a new body to get put on his chassis, so he will be at the race in Salt Lake City. And Wally Giavia and Scott Stanger from Utah. So that's a really great mix of cars, and it should be a real battle just to get into that 8-car field.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Now, you've done a lot on the track in the off season. You've made a lot of changes to the surface and made a lot of improvements. Can you tell us about it?
Well, after our Halloween Classic concluded last October, we brought in Robert Ellis from Salt Lake City, who's the son of Comp Eliminator World Champ Alan Ellis, who's got a company that does not only grinding but profiling, and he did a complete study map of our entire surface. And we brought the grinders in. We added concrete to half track and completely ground polished all 600 and plus feet of the initial surface, and it has just been incredible. The first 10 events we've hosted this year already, it's hard to believe we've run 10 events, but nothing but rave reviews from all the sportsman racers that have been out enjoying all the new conditions at the facility.
Well, that's great, and with this group of funny cars, we're sure going to put it to some good use. So, as I mentioned earlier, right after the show tonight, I head north and then get into Paso tomorrow morning and catch a ride to your track, and we'll be there on Thursday.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm jealous, Darr. That's one of my favorite tracks.
I got room in the truck. Come on.
Come on. Take me. I love that track. The new family, they treat people unbelievable. That's why people love going there. Not only a great facility, great fans, the new people, the new family, like the Bowsers, they treat everybody good. Everybody wants to go race for them.
Well, thanks a lot for calling in, Scott. I will see you Thursday. And, I didn't apply for a media credential. I hope you have one left for me.
Hey, before we go, Scott, is there a website? What's a website where people that want to come check out that race can go to and look at your schedule and pricing?
Yeah. Well, firebirdonline.com, and we're pretty active into the world of Facebook now at facebook.com/Firebird Raceway Idaho. So there's lots of information. We'll keep things fresh and updated throughout the weekend. That's kind of become, I'm as hungry to learn information across this country from other tracks and other racers and all of that. And as fast as things can happen today, it'll be fun to update things throughout the weekend and keep everybody abreast of what's going on, as I'm sure Darr will too.
And a ticket on Friday is $15, and adults on Saturday and Sunday is $20. That's
and as a token of our appreciation from our family, all kids at this event, 15 and younger, are admitted free. So it's a heck of a deal, to bring a whole family to the event, and that's what we're all about, trying to bring the next generation. And get them involved with our sport of drag racing. That's a big thing to us, and I know to a lot of other tracks out there, and just carrying the torch on into the future.
We are ready. Well, I will see you on Thursday.
Sounds great. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay, Scott, thank you for calling in. Wow, great guy. What a family up there.
I'm so ready.
I want to go now,
I hate
Darr.
it when there's such a long...
Making me jealous.
There's such a long period of time between the March meet and the Igniter now.
Hey,
it's
maybe
we need another race in between there.
Maybe their announcer will get laryngitis, and they'll have to fly me up there at the last minute. I'm just throwing that out there, new family. Scott? Okay? Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks that we're all really fortunate to go to, and it's been there for a long time, and they've really put some money and some effort into to making a first class facility again, and can't wait to go there. Hope we're going to see some records, and it's like under 3,000 feet for elevation. So
yeah. Well, Darr, they've jumped on that nostalgia bandwagon with the funny cars and the dragsters, as is our next guest, the president of IHRA, Scott Gardner. These guys are putting on a show in different towns that are getting rave reviews by the fans. I follow it on Facebook, and the racers are just bragging about these guys. I got to make it to that race. Again, if any announcer gets laryngitis at Cordova or anything, I could get on a plane.
Scott, you there?
Yeah, aren't you?
Well, you just had a volunteer for announcer status, so that means you don't have to do the first round. You can be out there running the place, and then like you used to do, and then have Donnie Couch up there in the tower.
There you go. I tell you what, we got some good guys announcing now. I had to do some of the events this year, kind of pinch hitting there a little bit. I enjoyed it, but you're right. I need to get back to doing what I do the best, and that wouldn't be the announcing gig. But I did enjoy it, that's for sure.
Well, Scott, you at Cordova, you've been making a lot of improvements. I know you've brought in some grandstands, and those grandstands, the old ones, moved on to Tucson, and you've laid new asphalt and a lot of improvements to Cordova. And you're no longer the guy who runs that place. You run the whole enchilada. And
well, I'll tell you what, Cordova, a great team of individuals there. Bobby Joe Cox is the new general manager. She's been there for a number of years. She's taken over the helm, doing a great job. Got a great team of individuals on board, continuing with the tradition of Cordova and the events there. And paving's underway as we speak. They paved today, tomorrow. They're going to get it all done. The IHRA's crew's coming in the end of this week to do all the prep work and get it pre-prepped for our national event a few weeks from now. Obviously, we'll be back working on it again, but we want to really have it right, and going out and cleaning the surface and doing all the things you need to do with the tire rotator, all that type of stuff to get the best possible track we can have a couple of weeks down the road for the Summer Nationals.
And one of the things that I really noticed in going to Tucson, but also really following, and I sit there on the computer and watch your show, which is pretty doggone good. You do it with 4 cameras, maybe 5 cameras sometimes, and
right.
with the announcer from the tower. And boy, it's a great show to watch on the computer as it's happening. And I got to commend you for figuring out a way of delivering that show in a way that other sanctioning bodies have not been able to do successfully.
Well, what we really try to do is our big focus is the entertainment. I mean, we obviously drag racing is the form that we bring entertainment with, but you have to add the spice and the energy to it as well. And the other sanctioning body does a lot of technical stuff, and I think talks over the top of a lot of general people that might be interested in watching it. We try not to do that. We try to just keep the human factor involved, the performance factor in the racing, and then throw in all the music and the lights and the sound and all that other stuff, and have a good time with it. And I think it's proved itself. It's a great formula, and we get a lot of people to the events, and we seem to be in our stride now.
Well, also, you've got a really extremely competitive funny car series that, I guess the only reason that Mike McIntyre Jr. hasn't run away from it is that with the points lead is that his dad was in the hospital, and he had to sit out a race.
Absolutely. That's a great team there, and there's so many great teams, as you indicated, with running in the IHRA series, the Amsoil Funny Car division, and you just never know who's going to win. Last year, Rupert was on fire. Jason Rupert, he couldn't do any wrong. That car went from A to B every time, and it still goes A to B. It's just now McIntyre's rotating the earth is a good way to say it, out there resetting the record just about every event we go to, both ET and mile per hour, and had the unfortunate deal with his dad going into the hospital, and and missed a race, came back, won an event, and then his dad actually went back into the hospital. Mike Sr. again had some infection, and I understand he's doing a lot better now. So, that scares me that they could do well even without Dad at the racetrack at the last event. So that really tells you they're on fire, and they're having one of those seasons everybody dreams of.
And the next event is the IHRA Nitro Jam Summer Nationals on Friday, May 29th and May 30th at Cordova.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited about that. We've got a great field of funny cars. I believe we're up to 13 funny cars at that event. Pretty good for a Midwest event to have 13 funny cars on the grounds. So qualifying is going to be hot and heavy just to get into that 8-car field. Of course, with the new track surface that we talked about, I think we're going to see some record performances. I wouldn't doubt if we'll see the record reset again. So a lot of exciting things to look forward to, and Cordova just a few weeks away.
Hey, Scott, Donnie Couch here, buddy. I got to commend you on one thing. I'm a funny car guy. But last year, Darr and I were watching the feed live at Cordova. Of course, I know you're preferential to that track. But running the jet cars as an elimination class, that's pretty unique, and it made it exciting because I'm not a big jet car guy, but when they're racing against each other for the trophy, pretty neat stuff. And you guys are doing some groundbreaking stuff over there, and gosh, we appreciate you taking time to call into the show, and I'm hearing nothing but good about your series.
Hey, Scott, I got one question for you. I got one quick question for you before you get out of here. Spokane. I'm hearing, maybe 20 cars are going to show up for that thing?
I'll tell you, I think right now we're at 17 or 18 already pre-entered, so I wouldn't doubt that we might end up with 20 cars.
Okay, look for the Funny Car Nationals at Spokane coming up this summer. It's going to be a hell of a race. A lot of guys from the West Coast are coming up. And from Canada, and certainly from the Pacific Northwest, but that's going to be a hell of a show, and it might just be one of those things you have to go to a 16-car field. I'm just guessing, hoping, maybe.
Yeah, we'd like to be able to do that. Funding's always a challenge with that because our purses are pretty aggressive to start with. So to go from 8 to 16 is a big leap in the IHRA world, to be fair with everybody. We do pay quite a bit of money out in that class, so you're talking about a significant change. We would love to do it. Anybody out there in the internet world here that are listening to us or watching us, I really hope that somebody would get in touch with us and be interested in coming on board to help us with that. We would love to run 16 cars out there. Not out of the realm of possibility, just not sure at this point in time. But it's great to have the opportunity to have our guys that race all the time with us to race some new cars that they don't always get to see. We saw a little bit of taste of that at Tucson. Going to see it even big time now at Spokane, and it really kind of brings the cream to the top. It rises, and we'll see what happens. But I'm excited for it and looking forward to going out there. I got a chance to go visit that facility a few months back, meet Craig and his team out there. A beautiful facility, great part of the country, and finally IHRA is out in that neck of the woods, and we're excited. It's going to be good.
Well, I will see you up there. That's the next race I'm going to, and then on to Edmonton. Thanks to Ron Hodgson, and
I'm always available for.
And don't forget, it's 1-800-DONNIE-COUCH for the next time you need a fill-in announcer, and he will do a hell of a job. You've seen what he does on the March meet in the California Hot Rod Reunion.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate you calling into the show.
No problem, guys. Have a good one. We look forward to seeing you down the road.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Hey, Darr, they're doing a great job out there, right, with everything. And
it's a very entertaining show. It's it's a 2-day show. You got Sunday to drive back, or at least get started on driving back. And
I got another guy doing a great job, Bobby Cottrell. This guy over here is the future of the sport, doing good. Brings home a lot of hardware. I don't think we'll show the video from the Hot Rod Reunion, but I think what you win over there, Bobby.
I think I got 3 or 4 trophies, something like that.
3 or 4, Most guys are having to get 3 or 4 a year. Bobby gets a hand because he brought like 3 or 4 of them at the Hot Rod Reunion.
And the championship.
And Bobby, you build a lot of cars. You have a shop down in, you tell them where your shop's located.
Yeah, I got a shop at Whittier. It's named BC Performance. I build hot rods and race cars. I do anything from restorations to full builds to, a set of headers. I could basically do anything, that has to do with the hot rod. we just try to serve the hot rod community, the racing community, and just do the best job we can.
Well, Bobby, you're doing a good job. I'm seeing you drive a lot of different cars. Of course, you drive Turk Brothers Dragster. You got your own car. You also drive the A-Fuel car is...
Tom Archibald.
Tom Archibald. Yeah. We saw you in Anthony DeCero's A-Fuel Dragster, and you got your license this year. So hats off to you. Where are you taking all this, Bobby?
Eventually, hopefully, obviously I want to run Top Fuel. I want to, I don't want to just kind of stay stagnant. I have great teams that I drive for right now. I can't say nothing but good things about them. They work their butts off. I'm pretty fortunate at the position I'm in. But at the end of the day, I'd like to run Top Fuel. Maybe a funny car. The sky's the limit. Who knows?
Well, listen, if J.R. Todd doesn't make it back in the Bahamas, we just had Jim O on the show. I got his cell number.
So I guess you got kind of an open door there. It's, just hang around. Oh, that's right. You rode up here with Donnie.
Yeah.
So that's,
right? Hey, everything comes from Whittier, Darr. You know that. People on the show know that, okay? Everything evolves around Whittier.
Yeah, there's only 3 people at this table with from Whittier tonight. That's,
right? Well, Bruce is thinking about moving the studio to Whittier.
How did you know?
Right?
I've been checking online, real estate prices during the show.
Well, it's got to go up with Bobby living there, man. The guy's, like I said, this guy's the future of the sport, doing a great job. He's real professional out there. He has a good fan base. He takes care of all his fans, and he not only drives the car, he works on it, and he'll work on your race car and help you out. Bobby, besides the Turk Brothers you run for, who you got out there helping you out?
I got my crew chief's Jackie. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen her out there. She works her butt off. I got Uncle Randy. He's 74, 75, and he moves around like he's 18 years old. We got John Turk out there. We got Tom Archibald and Brenda Archibald that own the A-Fuel car I drive. They work like they're 18 years old. I cannot say enough about them. I would be sitting at home if it wasn't for them. But I just want to kind of give them a shout out and tell them thank you for everything they do, and hopefully we'll bring home a championship again this year.
Bobby, what's your next race? Are you heading to the Heritage Series in Salt Lake?
Yeah, Salt Lake City's I think 2-3 weeks or something like that. We're back in #1 spot in 7.0 Pro, so hopefully we keep that going. We're number 3 in A-Fuel, so hopefully if we could win 1 or 2 races, I think we'll lock that up too. But it's that A-Fuel class is a tough class of race, and the competition's very, very good in that class.
I don't know. I've seen you win over there, so I've seen a lot of hardware go in your car at the Hot Rod Reunion. You upset a lot of people because you took all the trophies home that day, but hats off to you. You got a great, bright future ahead of you, and anybody out there looking to get their name on a winning team, stick with Bobby Cottrell, and I'm sure that you'd be happy.
Hey, maybe we'll even see him in a Nitro Funny car one of these days. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, maybe Donnie will build a car and put me in his car. Huh?
Well, I'm not saying yes and not saying no.
But we do know of a couple that are being built that maybe we can move.
Yeah, I'd like to see in a funny car. Well, you got my vote.
Help you out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, speaking of Top Fuel Dragsters, we did a deal with Jeff Arend. He's kind of reminds me of you, Bobby, because this guy drives anything. He's got a lot of class. So we got a little deal. We interviewed him, and let's just show it real quick. And we got James Maher coming up.
I tell you what, I've got Donnie. I've got a Jeff Arend 1 and a Jeff Arend. Which would you like?
No, these are the tough.
Jeff Arend 1. Let's try that.
Okay. Oh yeah, from yesterday. I should have known this. Let's take a look. Speed Scene
Let's see.
Brought to you by Good Vibrations Motorsport. We're here on Saturday, last day of qualifying, then later on going to first round eliminations. Jeff Arend driving a Top Fuel Dragster, front engine. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But whenever I say stuff like that, I get here, I go, what did I get myself into now? But great group of guys over here. And thought, and not doing anything anyway. March Beach's a cool place to be, and give it a try.
Of course, at the Winter Nationals, we saw you driving Pluger's car, and you had some exciting runs there, right?
Yeah, I got to drive a jet car there, right?
See, if I would have been the crew chief over there, I would have hooked the fire bottles up to a timer for you.
Oh, I know. And as bad as that looked, believe it or not, the belt was still on and the burst panel was still in it, so it didn't blow the motor up or anything. It was just, it was a pretty good fire, though, obviously.
Did they ever find out what erupted in that?
I saw a video and it looked like some fuel sprayed by the injector right before it blew, started on fire. And we think the day before we had a little fire, and it maybe just compromised a fuel line or something that didn't leak on, the burnout or anything with 100 pounds of fuel pressure. But at 500 or 600, maybe it split, and once it lit on fire, went back to the tank, tried to blow the tank out of the car. So I think it had like 12 or 14 gallons of nitro, and it just dumped it underneath the car.
Nice. Makes it for a nice barbecue, right? Not what you're looking for. But hey, you're driving the Cheetah Top Fuel Dragsters, one of the best looking cars on the property. How's it feel to sit on top of those tires and do burnouts? I mean, describe this sensation. We know you've driven a lot of different cars, but this has got to be a first.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what to expect, obviously, and it was a lot different. You're sitting in there, obviously you got to look over the motor, do the burnout, you can see the smoke, the tires next to you, and weird things too, like the fuel from it running is getting on your visor and rubber's getting on your visor. You're like, what the hell? But one of the funniest things for me was I pulled up there to pre-stage, so JC's bringing me up, and I'm used to like a funny car, so he's standing there, I keep rolling up, he's like, stop! I'm like, what's telling me to stop for? And all of a sudden the pre-stage light's on, I'm going, oh yeah, like the front wheels are like 6 feet too far ahead on it, so, and in the first run I told him, let's just see what it feels like. If there's anything weird, I'm going to shut it off. He's like, that's cool, and kind of moved around a little bit. I probably overdrove it just a little tiny bit. But then last night I was looking forward to a good run, and unfortunately it smoked the tires right away. So they're making too much power over here. But today I'm looking forward to making a nice straight run and then see what happens in the first round.
All right, so he's Jeff Arend, driver of the Cheetah Top Fuel Car just for the weekend because Terry Cox off with his son of the World of Outlaws racing. So, hey, Jeff, we wish you luck, and we'll check with your progress later.
Sounds great. Thanks, Donnie.
Nice. That's Jeff Arend.
Yes, it was.
He drives just about anything that you could strap him into.
How about a CIFCA car?
He could probably do that too. Now, part of Good Vibrations is Jim Maher, and his son James Maher is now the guy who's running CIFCA. His dad ran it for a number of years. It sort of went away, and now James is on. And James, you there?
Yeah. What's going on, guys?
You've had 2 races this year. And
I actually had 3, technically.
Yeah.
And it seems like things are going along pretty well. You're getting better car counts every event, and that's anything any promoter would want is to get more cars and more people will want to race it. This is an exciting class. I first saw it 15, 20 years ago at Sacramento, and I was surprised. I mean, put on a great show, and in particular, one of the things you do is the burnout contest. So give me an idea what's going on this coming up.
Yeah, well, we had 3 races and 3 different winners, so it's been pretty good so far this year. It's been pretty competitive, and like the burnout you said, Mike's Transmission stepped up to sponsor our burnout contest, and the fans seem to love it, and we're trying to get video of each of them so we can put them together and kind of share them on the world. Looks like you guys were playing it earlier and playing it now, so and then we got 2 more races coming up, maybe a 3rd one possibly, but we're headed to Fallon next for their Octane Fest, what they're calling it.
And there's no alcohol funny cars there except for you guys coming in and putting on the show.
Right. So we're still debating. Actually, not debating. We're just trying to figure out if we're going to run a Chicago style or eliminations. Kind of up to the guys that are going to run there.
Do Chicago.
Yeah. We're leaning to Chicago, so guys can travel Friday and race Saturday and go home Sunday. So
that makes a lot of sense. Look at how well it's working for IHRA.
Yeah. Well, they're eliminating over there.
Hey, James, when's your next CIFCA race?
It's coming up real quick. It's going to be June 13th in Fallon.
Fallon. And where can people go to look at the future dates?
They can visit us at CIFCA.com, and they can find the schedule there. You can check out the teams that are there, check out our sponsors. You can even become a member. And you can find us on Facebook, where we usually keep you most up to date because that's pretty easy to share with everybody. So,
can you get one of those cool CIFCA T-shirts done by Stith Screen Printing up in Nevada, formerly of Southern California?
I know those guys.
Yeah, they make all our shirts for us and for Good Vibrations. So we really appreciate Stith over there.
Well, James, we appreciate you calling into the show, and we'll follow CIFCA Racing and check back with you before your next race and. Check in with you and see how it's going.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for calling in, James.
Hey, Darr, Good Good Vibrations doing a lot over there for racing and giving back. But, we had an interview with Chip Foose, okay? I need to show Bobby Cottrell. We got a video when he won his 3, 4, 5. How many trophies did you win? Jesus, like a dozen.
He had to buy an extra trailer while he was up there.
I want to show that. Hey, Bobby, I hope you appreciate we're bumping Chip Foose with Bobby Cottrell on there.
Guys.
So, Bruce, can you roll that video real quick?
On Speed Scene Live.
Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live. Winner circle, Bobby Cottrell, 7-0 Pro Champion. Win the event. Of course, you won. What's the other class? I can't keep track of all the hardware you're taking home, Bobby.
Yeah, we won 7-0 Pro A, which is we won the championship. My personal car won 7-0 Pro B, and we just took home the A-Fuel California Hot Rod Reunion Championship. That's pretty cool.
Man, I don't know who else has ever pulled that off, my friend, but you got to be ecstatic.
Oh yeah, I'm just excited for my team. They work their butts off. I mean, my wife puts up with me coming to the races all the time, and JT does a lot for me. Tom Archibald with the A-Fuel car, he's just like, it's a dream come true. I mean, I've always wanted to win the Hot Rod Reunion. My next on my bucket list is the March meet.
Well, that's coming up next, and it's going to be brought to you by Good Vibrations.
Good.
Hey, I think I saw the Speed Scene stickers on your car. Maybe that was a little help.
Oh, definitely. All those guys are great guys. I guess you too.
Yeah.
But
those guys. Yeah, you're going to include me now? Okay, Bobby. Well, I won't tease him. I won't harass him. He's your champion. He's taking home all the hardware here at the Hot Rod Reunion. Bobby, congratulations for what? Team Whittier, right?
Team Whittier.
Team Whittier.
Dar, you're part of Team Whittier.
I am.
Okay.
I've been living in just under the Hollywood sign for the last 2 weeks.
Everything evolves around Whittier.
I have heard that. And in Whittier,
right,
is Good Vibrations Motorsports.
Just something else.
And call up, order your new catalog. It'll be around June 1st, I think. But also the new catalog will have complete compatibility with your iPhone, with your iPad, and important to be able to see the videos and the installations.
How about my Samsung?
It'll work on that.
Right?
Yeah. It'll do it.
How about the people in the photos? How about their Samsungs?
Oh, that'd be my, kids.
Yeah, but they don't build funny cars, so it's.
But it'll still work on their phone.
It'll definitely work on their phone.
Okay, I'm just checking.
But check out Good Vibrations Motorsports down in Whittier, and for superchargers, injectors,
safety equipment,
all kinds of things that you might need for your race car or your street machine, including this new hub right here.
How about? Dar,
for your supercharger.
Do you think they have lighters and cigar cutters? Because they don't have any here at the studio, and I want to light this up.
Oh well,
right?
We're set up for half of that.
Oh, okay. Well, wow! I thought he was at a concert or something.
Dude, great.
Well, we had Great White on here, right?
Jack and I want to say one more thing too. Dina Parisi said that we'd forgotten about Pro Mods and
we never
Mountain
forget
Motor Pro Stocks.
We never forget about it. We just run out of time. Wait, have her check because it is the Nitro Report, right?
That's correct. So
okay,
I'm
didn't say the West Coast Pro Mod Factory. Dina, we love you.
We don't
doing great.
Pro Mods,
we love Pro Mods. We love it. Okay, don't be a hater. It is the Nitro Report. Okay, you are beautiful though.
And that's why we were talking about Nitro Harleys, and we did sneak in a Jet, and but Nitro Funny Cars is kind of what we pay attention to, and A-Fuel with Bobby Cottrell. So
all things Nitro.
Donnie Couch says, "You are beautiful, though."
she is.
I know.
She's pretty easy on the eyes.
Yes, sir.
You know, I better look at her than a Pro Mod. I'm just saying. She's like Pro Mom or something. We love you. We love y'all.
We might have run out of show.
Yeah.
Just in time.
And talent.
Thanks a lot for joining us. This is the Nitro Report from the West Coast Funny Car Factory Studios. And I'm Dar Hawthorne. He's Donnie Couch. That's Bobby Cottrell. And there's Bruce Barker.
Well, what do you know? And you know what? If you missed any of tonight's show, we get to do this again.
Wow.
Now, when are you guys, do you have any idea when you're back in studio next?
Yes, second Tuesday of June.
All right, cool. We'll keep an eye on the clock. All right. Hey, Bobby, good to have you in studio, too.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Can I give a shout-out to a couple people, if we have time? I want to say thank you to Mike Strasper from B&J Transmissions, Steve Gray from Quick Drive. They've helped us out tremendously with the Nostalgia fuel car. Of course, the guys at Good Vibrations, like Darr said, they're just a big key to our whole program. Ben over at DJ Safety, Tom Lorden from M&H Tires, Tom Archibald at our A-Field team, Brenda Archibald, she's great. John Turk and the California Air National Guard, they've helped us out tremendously too, so thank you to everybody.
Nice. Road to the future, Bobby Cottrell. That's right. Right?
This has been a presentation of the West Coast Funny Car Factory Studios, All Rights Reserved 2015. Hey, coming up next, the encore presentation for tonight's show. If you missed anything, now's your chance to make it right. Thanks for joining us.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and theFoat.com.